part number 18 we're up to of 25, so we're getting through them. This is the pinch fit cap that we are looking at. Cylindrical type of shape, and I think we're going to do the little lugs at the top last. So let's work through this. Going to create a sketch on there, and essentially we're going to draw our circle part of this shape. So don't forget, using C on the keyboard is how I'm going about this. First circle has a diameter of 80, and then our inner circle has a diameter of 45. Okay, so there's our two circles that we've got there. Now we've got a 3mm gap that's going through the top up here. We can probably put that in there now, so let's grab that, and we're just going to pull that through there like that, and we're going to put some dimensions on this to even it all up and get it all going. So the distance between this one to this line here is 3mm, and then we want this centered around our line. So the distance, zoom out a little bit, the distance between this line to the origin point, we can bring that back up there, then becomes 1.5. So you can see that we've now centered that around our middle there. So essentially that's the shape that we want to go with for our first bit. So we're going to go finish sketch. We're going to extrude that profile there, and in the direction that it's going it'll be fine. 75mm. So go down there and type in 75, and that's the shape that we want for this part so far. That should do. Okay, so we've sort of got our basic circle there. Now what we've got is we have to take some off the front of that. So we've got an angle 45 at the front. So what we're going to do is we need to create a sketch on this plane here and slice this. And the reason why it only shows the slice is obviously because of the gap at the top here. Now we need a line that's running through this, so we're just going to draw this in for the time being as a bit of a guess. I think I got it. We'll check that angle again in a minute. So that angle is 45 degrees. Now we need some reference points here. So that point there, we need that to be 40mm up from that bottom edge. So let's go project and project our bottom edge. Go OK. That'll give us that point at least. And we might have to draw a line up. So what does that was? 40. Press enter. Okay. So this line's got to match up with that. So let's do that with a coincident constraint. Okay, let's snap that to that. So that's where that's going to go. Doesn't give us a reference on the top, only as that is going to be 45 degrees around that. Between like that, I'll escape out of that. Okay, so if I was to extend this line down, and then I was to do a dimension between this bottom face here and that line there, so you can let me do that. I've projected that edge. Let's just quickly whack one in there with some construction line like that. Okay, so if we were to dimension that to that, it should be 45 degrees, which it is. So I think that's it. As long as those two angles there, then that should be right. Doesn't matter. And this is what we're going to chop off here anyway. So let's go finish sketch and spin that around a little bit and grab our extrude tool. You see it's already picked it up for us, so it's good. Distance goes to all, and it's going to be symmetric because we're going to take off both sides, and go cut and go OK. Now down the bottom here, we've got a fillet on these two edges here. So let's go to the fillet tool and select edge and edge. They have a radius of 12. Go OK. All right, that's looking good so far. Alrighty, now we've got to try and make these lugs on the top. So we're going to go back into that plane that's running through the guts of that, which is this one. And we're going to slice this again. Alright, so now we're going to try and draw this little shape on the top here. So we've got a few circles that we've got going on. Let's try doing this outside one first. So, which is 25. Okay, now the center point from, so this center point here is from this back edge in 20. Okay, now we just got to work out how far that resides on the other space. And this is going to be a bit tricky because it's not actually giving us a height of where that is. Yes, it is. So the topmost part of that there is 95 from the bottom edge. So let's draw some, we'll just go like this, and we'll do another one just roughly at the top here, like that, and then go OK. I want to turn these two lines into construction lines, like that. Let's dimension this, so that line to that line needs to be 95. Okay, now we can apply a tangent between that to that, and that sets our height. Excellent. All right, so we've got the main part of that done now. Now we've just got to do the inner and outer shapes and things like that. So we are going to, it's got a fillet down in the corners there of 3 mils. So there should be a fillet. I don't know whether we can do this. No. We are going to go that's coming out to there. Doesn't give me a height for that. 25, 2.5 through 95. Right. Essentially, we've got a line that's basically coming down here like this. There's one that's coming down on this side, like that. Those two lines, it doesn't actually give us a dimension on how far they are through. They need to be tangent to that, like that. But it doesn't actually give us a dimension of how far they are actually going down the side of the shape. Gives us a distance in, but it doesn't actually give us a line. This line here, let's have a look from there, 7.5. So that's on the drawing, that measurement there. That's okay, you can put that in. But it doesn't actually give that, so we're just going to maybe have to make this up. So let's assume that I'm going to go with that these are lining up with that bottom edge there. I reckon that they're going to line up with that, so let's see whether we can coincident them to the edge. Let's undo that. undo that. Yeah, that's got to go back down to there. Okay, alright, let's go undo. Alright, so I'm going to have to try and get this to join. So let's go project include, project that bottom face. Okay, coincident that now that to that, that's better. Okay, so that's snapping to that. Alright, so let's try and see, we'll project all this through to see how this looks. So let's go finish sketch. And we want to extrude that shape. Oh, I should have drawn a line off there. We need to have that closed in. So let's go back into that, edit sketch, grab that, and we need a line to make that into a second profile there. Just check that, that's all good. And just to make life easier, let's trim that out like that. And go finish sketch, extrude that shape there. Okay, so again, we're going to go symmetric. Might have to rerun that pattern there through to cut through this in a minute. We're going to go distance. We're going to go through to all profiles. Select. Here we go. Now, I don't want to do it as a cut. I want to do it as a join. And I was hoping that I could choose the distance to be a face. So I wanted the distance to be, come up with an option there to actually pick that there for me. So I wanted that to grab that. Wonder if we can do this as measure and see what it says. So that'll measure, that'll take it out to the actual diameter that it is. So it's lined up to the edge. So it's not, we can't use measure for that. We might have to eyeball this a little bit. Oh, it says 65 on the drawing. Well, there you go. So 65 it is. Go okay. Right, so there's our shape. Whoop. We're going to cut through that. We can cut that again. So if we go back to drawing our original sketch, we can actually go extrude, grab that cut that's there, and we're actually going to have to bring that up. So if we go to the original sketch and go edit sketch, and we zoom in a little bit and just grab that and drag that up like that, go finish sketch, there we go, and go extrude, grab that shape like that. Distance is all, there we go, it cuts it out, go okay, and turn that sketch back off again. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Okay, now we've got a hole that's going through that, which is countersunk on one side. Now, if I'm looking at the drawing, countersink is on this side over here. So let's spin this around. We're going to use our hole going on that face there. It is a counter bore, sorry. And the counter bore is 15 millimeters. Let's choose the reference first. And oops, it's gone off of that. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, so let's. My Fusion's having a bit of a hissy fit. So it's 15 mils for that diameter. The depth that that's going in is 8. And then this diameter that's here is that one, which is 9. Now I need to try and pick up that face again. Why won't that let me select that edge? Huh. So that lines up like that. Okay, so if we go to the front and zoom out a little bit, distance is all. So there you go, so you can see that that's punching in the same as like the dashed lines that are on our drawing. So that's all good, go OK. And if we spin this around, yep, that's looking good. Okay, last thing is that it says all fillets are 3mm unless otherwise noted. And you can see it's quite rounded on a lot of the edges, so now we're going to try and apply some fillets to this. So that one there, let's do that one first, 3mm on that. Okay, let's do the back edge. And click on that, and let's do 3mm on there. Okay, now we want this edge here, here. Oops, select the tool first, I suppose. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, all 3mm. Okay, and then we want this edge, oops, that edge, and that edge also 3mm. Okay, now they've done one on the front edge in here. I reckon. Look at that, looks like it's nice and soft. I don't know whether they've done one on the back, so let's assume that because they've done one on the front, that there is one on the back. And we'll just put one on there. Okay. And there we go. We could apply a lovely colour to this. We've got blue. Paint. It's glossy. So what colours they got? Oh, there's a blue. It's a bit of a bit more of a greeny blue, this thing, isn't it? A bit like that. Done. Okay, so there is our finished part. And don't forget to save that. So we go File, Save, call that Pinch Fit Cap. Pinch Fit Cap, say that 4 times fast. And put that in your folder. Save, and we are done.